Do you want to know the secret to getting hired or the blind spots that may get you fired? Well, stick around because we are going to be talking about type 9s at work. The good news is I've done the research for you, so you don't have to. I have life-changing and career-advancing advice compiled from leading experts like Beatrice, Chestnut, and Susan Drumm. And watch till the end because I'm going to be sharing 3 things that you need to know about a type 9 team leader or boss. Right, if you want to feel seen, understood, and challenged to let go of the things that are keeping you stuck in your personal and professional life, to make sure to hit the subscribe button below so you don't miss out on more free content coming up next week. Now, let's get to it. A 9 superpower is creating a harmonious workplace where everyone feels supported. They view everyone as equals. They are safe. They are approachable. I love this about my 9 coworkers. I love being able to come to them with any questions, any help, just to hang out. They're so approachable, very humble. They are friendly. They are easygoing. 9s are not your Lone Ranger leader that's going to just jump out and do whatever they want. No, they build strong consensus because they see all the sides and they value everyone's opinion in the office. They dislike it when teammates ignore what the group decided. So it's a pet peeve when a boss, they have a team discussion and the boss just goes off and does what they want while ignoring what the team just decided on, right? They love making decisions as a team. 9s are great conflict mediators. They don't like being in conflict, but they can mediate conflict because they see all the sides and can say, hey, this is where they're coming from, this is where they're coming from, and bring people together. 9s forget what their main priorities are sometimes. It's not their fault. All of the tasks just seem like they are of equal importance. And so they'll forget what the main important things are. And that's why they need to ask for people's help. That's why 9s, you need to go to your boss and say, okay, here's the list of stuff I need to get done. What do you see as the most important? And get help and get discernment from others as to what things you should be working on next. 9s tend to procrastinate. If there's something they don't like to do, they're experts at knowing how to put it off till later. And 9s, the 9 vice is sloth. But it doesn't mean they're lazy. They can be doing a lot of different things. And oftentimes will use their routines or something like solitaire or even other good work tasks to put off and procrastinate doing what's of most importance. It is tough for a 9 to give constructive criticism. They like to be the nice guy or the nice girl. They want to be supportive. The last thing they want to do is give you hard truth, something that may create conflict, might cause some tension in a relationship. And so just know that for type 9s, it's challenging to give the truth sometimes. 9s need to speak up and engage more in meetings, to be fully present, to come with zeal and engage in their meetings. And I know it's hard sometimes to answer questions off the top of your head, 9s. So one thing that will help you is to come with bullet points, right? Come with your Moleskine, come with the journal, come with your Apple phone with your notes pulled up. And before the meeting, write down some things you want to share, some ideas that you have. That way you're prepared to engage and bring forth those ideas in the meetings rather than kind of just being in your head and holding back when you meet as a group. 9s rarely get angry or express their anger. Anger is like a bad word because anger has the ability to separate you from your loved ones or separate you from your coworkers, right? 9s want to be connected to people. They want everybody to get along and be harmonious, and anger threatens that. And so whenever they get angry about something, they shut down that anger, which is not good because then you can be a doormat or a wallflower and just let people walk over you or let them get their way. And sometimes you need to express your anger in order to stand up for yourself and to fight for the things that are worth fighting for in the workplace or in the world. 9 struggle to make decisions. Every decision seems like it could be equally good or equally bad. And oftentimes 9s can make decisions by deciding what they don't want to do, which leads them to whatever option is left. Like, I know I don't want to do that, and I don't want to do that, and so I guess I'm going to have to do that. Sometimes that's how nines make decisions, and that's not a good way to make decisions. Nines need help prioritizing their important tasks. Okay, we just talked about this a little bit ago, right? Just like decision making, decisions and tasks all seem like they have equal importance. So like I said, nines, make sure to get help from teammates or your boss and ask them, hey, what do you think I should tackle next? Or which decision do you think is of most importance for me right now? Nines often feel invisible to others, right? This strikes at the core of a nine's desire to feel seen and not be invisible. So therefore, they love it when others on the team tell them that their presence matters, okay? If you know a nine, make sure to tell them that this week. Hey, we see you. Your presence matters here on this team. Nines thrive with guidelines and clear expectations. And they want to keep the harmony. They want to keep peace between them and the boss. They want to be supportive, and they don't want to get off track and make anybody mad or drop the ball for the team. And so they want guidelines. They want clear expectations to know what to do in order to be most supportive and helpful. Nines are easygoing, very much go with the flow, but don't assume they'll just do whatever you want. Right? They have values. They are people. They have their own convictions. They have their own preferences. Okay, so just because they're supportive and helpful, don't just assume that they always just want to do what you want to do. Right? Before you ask them to do something, say, hey, do you want to do this? What do you value here? What's your preference? Right? That will make them feel loved. Nines are insightful, but they just need extra time to process their thoughts. A lot of nines say that they have the fog in their head. And it's like driving through a fog and you're asking them questions and they can't see the signs on the road until they drive a little bit further, and then things get more clear, and then they can answer you. Oh, okay, this is what I think, or this is how I want to respond. Okay? They're very smart, very insightful, but just need extra time to keep driving to process and access the things that are going on in their heart or their head. And so make sure to have lots of patience when you're working with a type 9 coworker. Nines can be stubborn or passive aggressive. And actually the stubbornness leads to passive aggressiveness, because if a boss gives a nine something to do and a nine does not want to do it, they will stick their heels in the ground and be stubborn. And the way that they're stubborn is they just don't talk about it and they just don't do it. And so then a month later, the boss comes back and says, hey, you said you were going to do this. Why isn't it done? Well, it's because the nine stubbornly refused to do it and is passive aggressive and just backed off and just didn't do it for a month. Okay, so just know, nines, when you avoid something out of stubbornness, that it's going to lead to worse problems in the workplace later. And so just be upfront. If you don't want to do something, tell your boss you don't want to do something, right? Have those conversations on the front end rather than not saying anything at all and being passive aggressive. All right, nines tend to be modest and they don't seek the center stage. I love this. Nines are what you see is what you get, and they are so humble and will not try to get on stage or try to get in the spotlight. They want to support and empower and make the team look good. Nines tend to avoid conflict at all costs. And so nine, just remember that conflict can be good. Conflict can lead to solutions. Conflict can lead to greater intimacy with people on your team. Avoiding your coworkers and just tolerating your coworkers is not going to build healthy relationships and get the team to go where it needs to go. And so don't be afraid of conflict, right? Lean into conflict more in the workplace. Nines focus on others' agendas more than their own. This is incredible, right? On one hand, right? It's incredible that nines show up at work saying, hey, how can I help you? How can I support the team? What do I need to be doing today to benefit the whole? That is incredible, right? A lot of people are selfish. They want to be autonomous and do their own thing, but nines show up ready to support. But here's the thing, nines, is that you can get caught up in doing everyone else's agenda rather than fulfilling your calling. right? So you got to know, again, you got to discipline yourself to journal and to keep track of the things that you're passionate about, to figure out what your calling is, and to move forward with those things confidently, knowing what your agenda is and not just focusing on everyone else's agenda. 9s sometimes say yes in the workplace when they really want to say no. 9s will have the head nod, and you'll be saying, hey, do you want to do this? And they'll be answering yes and nodding their head, when inside they're saying, absolutely not. I do not want to do that. Again, because they're trying to avoid conflict. So 9s, you got to be honest on the front end, and you got to shake your head no right away if you disagree, and just work overall at being more disagreeable. It's okay to be disagreeable. Like, that's what relationships are, is you agree and you disagree. And so just remember that if you disagree, it's not going to hurt the relationship, right? You can have your own opinions and say no and have the relationship still stay intact. Okay. You don't have to fear that disagreeing with them is going to break the relationship or cause anger or separation. All right. Lastly, if you can't get along with the 9, it's not their fault, but yours. Okay. I want to say that in closing because 9s are so easy to get along with. They are so nice. They are wonderful friends. They make work so much more enjoyable because of the supportiveness and the laughs and the friendship that they offer in the workplace. So make sure to appreciate your 9s. 9s, we love you. Thank you so much for making us want to come to work. All right. At the beginning, I said I'd share 3 things that you need to know about a Type 9 team leader. And these come from Enneagram teacher Beatrice Chestnut. And here they are. First of all, 9 bosses are empowering. They are approachable and someone you can really talk to about a wide variety of things and feel supported by. They will be on your side and want to make you feel empowered to act independently and just flourish in your role and in your career. Right? They are managers who will unselfishly promote you so that you can succeed. So if you have a 9 boss, just know that, enjoy that, and appreciate that if you are working under a Type 9. Secondly, what may be more challenging about having a 9 manager is that they struggle to be assertive at times. They may not be clear in communicating with you, especially around needed improvements in your work, because they might be afraid of offending you. So you may need to ask them for feedback and let them know it's okay to give you the hard truth sometimes and that you're okay with that. 3, they prefer to make decisions by consensus. We talked about this earlier, but it's a good reminder, right? They want the group to decide on big decisions together. They like to have a pulse on where the group is and what the group is thinking so that they know where to go next. Right? This is incredible because it allows everyone on the team to be heard, for everyone's voice to be valued. However, this becomes a really big weakness for Type 9 bosses when a hard decision needs to be made and there is no consensus. Half the team thinks this way and half the team thinks this way. Right? And then a 9 boss will just procrastinate making the hard decision out of fear that not everyone's going to be happy with the decision. So 9 bosses may struggle with being quick and decisive when the situation calls for it. Right? In those instances, just encourage your Type 9 boss and tell them, hey, it's okay to make the hard call and not be afraid to own your power as a Type 9 boss. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Tyler Zock, co-founder of One Hope Church. I'm an Enneagram coach and author of the 40-Day Gospel for Enneagram Devotional series, and your personal guide to helping you transform your life, your relationships, and your workplace by giving you spot-on truths for your type. If you enjoy the content today and want to go through this with your team, let me know. I'd love to do a virtual session with you or a day workshop with you and your team. But before you go, please make sure to hit that like button to tell YouTube this video is helpful. And don't leave yet, because you can binge watch my Type 9 videos right here, or check out this amazing playlist with over 90 minutes of teaching on all 9 Enneagram types right here. And I'll see you in the next video.